All right, let's jump right in. Generative AI is changing the classroom, like right now. So today, we're breaking down the official UNESCO guidance for students and for teachers. Think of it as your user's guide to what learning looks like now. So get this, 100 million. That's how many people started using tools like ChatGPT in just the first 2 months. I mean, it wasn't a launch, it was an absolute explosion. It became the fastest growing app in history, and it landed right in the middle of our classrooms. But here's the thing, all of that crazy growth, it happened with basically no rules. The tech is just moving at lightning speed, way faster than any laws or school policies can keep up. And that leaves teachers and students like you trying to figure it all out on your own. So what is this technology that's completely changing the game for education? Let's get a really clear definition. Okay, so the main difference here is that generative AI actually creates new stuff. A search engine just finds things that already exist. Gen AI makes something brand new by spotting patterns in huge amounts of data. The wild part? It doesn't actually understand anything that it's making, not a single word. And you should also know that not all GNI is the same. When you're dealing with text, that's usually a large language model, just predicting the next word in a sentence, kind of like a supercharged autocomplete on your phone. But for images, it's often a different system where basically one AI acts as an artist and a second AI acts as a critic, and they go back and forth thousands of times until the image looks real. Okay, so now we know what it is. Let's talk about the promise, the good stuff. How can this tech actually work as a powerful assistant for both teachers and students? For teachers, this is a potential game changer. I mean, imagine having a co-pilot that helps you sketch out lesson plans, structure your curriculum, or even whip up some test questions and grading guides. It could be like this tireless teaching assistant, freeing you up to focus on what really matters, your students. And for students, well, the possibilities are just as cool. You can literally use it as your own personal tutor. You could practice speaking a new language, get instant feedback on an essay draft, or if you're into coding, it can help you find bugs in your code and explain why they're happening. And what about those huge projects? You know the ones. Well, AI can be like your personal research assistant. It can help you brainstorm ideas, or, and I love this term from UNESCO, it can act as a Socratic challenger. It basically plays devil's advocate to push you, to make you think deeper, and really sharpen your research questions. Okay, but, and this is a really big but, with all this incredible promise comes some very real peril. If we're going to use these tools safely, we have to understand their built-in problems. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote is from OpenAI, the people who made ChatGPT. They openly admit that their own tool hallucinates and makes errors. So when the company that built the thing tells you to be careful, you should probably listen. This brings us to this brilliant term, stochastic parrots. It's such a perfect description. The AI is just mimicking language by guessing the next most probable word. That's the stochastic part. But it has zero actual understanding. Just like a parrot repeating sounds it's heard. This is why it makes stuff up. It's not thinking, it's just predicting. And the dangers go way beyond just being wrong. There are some huge ethical red flags. The AI is often trained on copyrighted stuff it just scraped off the web. It can spit out text filled with biases from that data. Your personal info might not be protected. And of course, it makes creating deepfakes to spread fake news scarily easy. So you've got the amazing promise on one side and the serious peril on the other. So what's the path forward? How can you, as a student or a teacher, actually use these things effectively and ethically? The whole foundation of the UNESCO Guide comes down to this one powerful idea, a human-centered approach. All it means is that the technology is supposed to serve us, to help us grow. It's not supposed to replace our own thinking or our own creativity. And a key piece of that guidance, a clear age limit. UNESCO, along with most of the big AI companies, strongly recommends that you should be at least 13 years old to use these tools on your own. It's really about protecting younger students. Now, to get anything good out of an AI, you have to learn how to talk to it. That skill is called prompt engineering. The trick is to be super clear and simple. Give it context, give it background. You can even show it an example of what you want. And most importantly, you have to refine and iterate. Don't just take the first thing it spits out. Play with it. So before you use Gen AI for any school project, just run through this quick mental checklist. First, do you know what you're agreeing to? How's your data being used? Are you using this thing responsibly? Are you fact-checking everything? I mean everything. And finally, are you using it as a tool to make your own thinking better, not just to replace it? Finally, let's zoom out. The arrival of Gen AI isn't just about a new tool. It's forcing all of us to ask some really big questions about what education is even for. And this brings us to a huge challenge. I mean, if an AI can write a perfect essay in 10 seconds, what are we really testing when we assign one? We have to shift what we're assessing away from tasks that an AI can do and towards the skills that make us human. Things like critical thinking, creativity, and ethics. And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question. An AI can answer our questions, no doubt, but can it teach us which questions are actually worth asking in the first place? That's the real challenge. It's not just about using the tool. It's about making sure the tool helps us develop our own minds and our own values. That is the real test for every single one of us.